Okay, this is intro to sheets 3. So let's go ahead and get started right away. I'm going to name my sheet. Yours might be named by the time you get this, but you always want to name your documents right away. So the first thing, you want to clean up your document, okay? So what is this document? Well, your boss asked you to present a survey that was taken, and people nominated each other for awards within your company. Okay, so let's clean up this data right away. The headings, okay, always bold the headings. It makes it look neat and organized. So you highlight the top, the headings, and you simply click bold. Okay, so I want to show you something about column D. Do you see how the information from column D bleeds over into column E? And that's down here as well. We do not want that. And that's the entire column. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on column D and see how it highlights the entire column. From here, we're going to go to Insert. Maybe it's not an insert. Format, excuse me. Format. We're going to go to text wrapping. And we do not want overflow. We want wrap. Okay? And now it's very neat and organized. Okay? You can read the entire thing and it doesn't bleed over into column E. Okay? Next, we have this empty row in row 2. Okay? We do not want that. If you remember from the previous 2 Intro to Sheets activities, you can just right click and click delete row. Okay, so now we have that. Next, what we're going to do is I want to show you a very useful function that's usually, if you graduate from basic computer classes and in high school and college you take coding classes, you're going to need to know this function for database use. Okay, so let's go down to the bottom, and we have all these names, right? For columns B and C, we have your name. So this would be column B would be the people who submitted these nominations, and then column C would be the people who they nominated. Okay. It looks like, and now I'm noticing right now, person you are. Well, it doesn't finish the sentence, so how can we do this? Well, just what we did with the other column. We're going to go text wrapping, wrap. Now you can see person you are nominating. Okay? That is a very useful tool. Keep that in mind. You go to Format, text wrapping. Okay, so now let's go back to this function that I was talking about. Okay? So I want to see, let's say I want to see how many times rows submitted nominations. So I go down to that column, column B, and I'm going to click right here, right below column B where it ends. Go to Functions, and you're going to go to All, and scroll down. It'll start you at the top, but you want to scroll down to Count If. So where's Count If? Okay, great. And so here you type in a range, as it says right there, range, and a criterion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in my cell range, which is, I think it's cell B1 to B28. So let's do that. And you got to type in the colon, cell B28. And then notice there's a comma there. And here I forget if I need to type in an equal sign or not. So I'm just going to do the quotation marks, rows. Okay, put rows in quotation marks. Yes, it worked. Okay, so rows submitted 6 nominations. So now let's go and see how many times rows was nominated. So column C is the people who were nominated. So let's see how many times Rose was nominated. So we're doing the same thing. Count if, and so this is cells C1 to C28. Put in a comma and quotation marks, Rose. Okay, so Rose submitted 6 nominations and she was nominated twice. Okay, cool. That's the count if function. Okay, I really like that function, especially if you ever mess with databases. That is very useful. So the next thing I want to show you is down, oh, whoops. Oh, I don't need to be scrolling. Down here, see how this says sheet 1? And from here you can protect the sheet, change color, rename, copy to, or duplicate. Okay, I want you to duplicate this. Copy of sheet 1. Okay, cool. Now we're going to rename it. And we're just going to name it sheet 2. Okay, so the reason we're doing this is because our boss wants to see 2 different graphs. Okay, he wants to see a graph on sheet 1 with the people who were nominated. Okay, so we're going to do this, and just like we learned in the past couple, we're going to click Insert Chart. And I'm just waiting for it to generate. Okay, cool. So it automatically created a bar graph for us. And this tells us who was nominated the most. Andre was nominated the most, okay, with about 10 nominations. So we know who is the most respected employee in our company, okay? Now what we want to do on sheet 2, is we want to see the most common time of these submissions. And I want you to create a pie chart with this. So let's see what, okay, yeah, this didn't generate a pie chart. So this doesn't make sense. So we're going to try and make this make sense. Pie chart. Okay, so why is it doing like this? I don't know. Maybe if we switch, no, switching rows and columns won't do anything. So let's figure this out together. Why isn't it just showing the times? Use column A as labels. Let's see how that changes it. Nope, it doesn't look like that. Worked. Row 1 is headers. Yes, we want that. We don't want that. Add label. No. Let's see what we can find in customize. Chart style, chart axis, and titles. I'm going to pause this while I figure it out. Okay, so I think the way I set the data up, I can't just select column A and have the times displayed in a pie chart. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to use a function to see what the most common time is. So I'm going to delete these cells just because they're annoying me. No other reason than that. And click into cell A29. And this is a function and a term that you should be used to from math class. We're going to use mode. Okay, what does mode do? Well, just like in math, the most commonly occurring value in a data set. So we're going to type in cell A1 to A28 and then type in the comma. Why do we need a second value? I'm not sure about that. Yeah, so we don't need a second value. So we're just going to do this. Okay, this didn't work either. I don't know why it would return 0.5416667. Very interesting. How about let's try mode here. Okay, and here we're going to do cells B1 to B28. And I think because this isn't numeric, it's not going to return it for us. So let's see if I can fix this. Okay, yeah, I can't fix this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you the importance of using the mode function. So I'm going to just do, I'm going to type in 1, and I'm going to do the autofill that we've seen so many times before. And you see this is 1. You know what? Let's redo that. I'm going to type in 1, 2, 3. And now I click and drag and it should autofill. Yep, okay, so cool. So if I change this to 2, now if we use the mode function, what should be the most often number? 2. So let's try that, okay? So I'm going to click in here, and we're going to use the mode function. So we're going to do cells E1 to E47. And it returned 2, okay? So if you have done that, then you have completed Intro to Sheets 3. Go ahead and turn it in. Sorry for the errors, but this should help you in the Intro to Sheets project that will come in a couple weeks.